Now, moving straight ahead, moving on to the presentation workshop, I'd like to give you just a small example, just a small taste of the kind of thing that we do at ITI. So I do want to focus on presentation skills because it is something that if you're in sales, you're going to have to do presentations. All right, so I want you to actually talk to each other as well. You've been listening to us for a long time. So I'm going to give you a minute or two to just talk to the people next to you. You may speak Chinese, it's okay. There's no EOP here today. But I do want you to think about this situation. Imagine it's your first day in a company and your boss gives you your first training assignment. You have to introduce the company's products in English. That's the first thing you need to learn to do. So the question I have for you is, what language challenges do you think you will face if you were put into this situation? So I would like you to just take 30 seconds or a minute, and you can talk to the people sitting around you, just in groups of 2 or 3. What language challenges do you think you will face? Thirty seconds. Okay. All right. So, maybe the kinds of challenges that you were talking about covered some of these things. Maybe you're worried about the words. What words should I use? What is the right vocabulary that I should use? What's the vocabulary for this product, for this industry? Maybe you're nervous about your sentence structure. Is my grammar going to be correct? Am I using the correct types of sentences? Maybe you're worried about your pronunciation. Are you struggling with some sounds or some words? Those are things that will worry people. Maybe you were also concerned about your impact. When I finish this presentation, are people going to remember it? And finally, this is more of a mental thing. How much time, how long will it take for you to feel like you're ready to give this presentation? Now, the reason I ask you this is because at ITI, obviously, yes, we do offer a presentations course. And like most presentation courses, we do cover the basics. We make sure that students understand the basic structure of a presentation. There's an opening, there's a body, and there's a close or a conclusion. All right? We make sure that we cover the basics of visual aid design. How can you use slides or handouts or something to present your message a little bit clearer, to make it a little bit more effective? And of course, we make sure that students learn the basic presentation language. Today, I'm going to tell you about 3 things. My presentation will take 5 minutes. First, I'll explain the company history, and so on and so on. We make sure that students understand all of this. So, let me give you a little bit of an example. I want you to look at this script, and you actually have it on the handout in front of you. And I want you to decide, do you like it? What do you like about it? And how would you present it? So 2019 was a good year. It was better than we expected for some reasons. In 2019, we expected low sales in the US. Our Korean competitor planned to release a new product. We were still building our Malaysian factory, and we expected some steel supply problems. However, in 2019, we beat our US market prediction by 35%. Our Korean competitor had problems with their new product. Our Malaysian factory finished construction ahead of schedule, and we signed a contract with a new steel supplier. So all in all, 2019 was a good year. Okay. How would you evaluate that presentation? Tell the person next to you. What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? You can see the script on the front page of the handout that you have. Please don't turn the page over yet. All right. Now, if we look at that script, what are the things that we can say about it? One, it does use short sentences. Now, that's important for one very important reason. Makes it easier to remember. Short sentences, simple sentences are easier to memorize. And that advice is good no matter what your level of presentation skills is. Keep short sentences. The audience can also remember it better. Okay. So overall, this presentation, I would say, it's okay. It's not bad. It's nothing special. So, how can we make it special? Now, let's look at 2019. 2019 was truly an exceptional year. However, we did expect some problems. What kind of problems? Let me explain. Number one, we expected extremely low sales in the United States. Our Korean competitor was getting ready to launch a brand new product. Our Malaysian factory was far, far from completion. And we expected significant steel supply problems. So you may ask, what happened? Well, here's what happened. In 2019, we didn't just meet our US sales forecast, we beat it by an unprecedented 35%. Our Korean competitor had big problems with the production, the promotion, and the pricing of their new product. Our Malaysian factory finished construction far, far ahead of schedule, and we signed a fantastic and lucrative new steel supply contract. Now, all in all, that adds up to a very good year. What's the difference? It's the same information. It's exactly the same information. But there's a very subtle, maybe big, hopefully, difference. The key is, if you turn the page over, now, for the purpose of this workshop, yes, I'm putting the whole script on the screen. You shouldn't do that in a real presentation. But I want you to be able to see this. Every one of these bold words is a different kind of impact technique. So it's not just focusing on getting the presentation done. It's getting the presentation done in the most effective way, in the most impactful way. So when you look at that script, you will see the examples that we have used. So we have intensifiers, truly. We have exceptional. We have rhetorical questions. What kind of problems? We have significant steel supply, alliteration, repetition of a sound for impact. We have far, far, doubling, repeating a word for bigger impact. We have dramatic pauses. All of these are listed at the bottom of your handout. And that's the ITI difference. It's not just about giving a presentation and feeling like, okay, I have the English ability to talk to people. It's I have the English ability and the confidence to make an impact when I speak to people. And that is something, right now, we have our students getting ready for the presentation competition. It's a contest between all 5 campuses at ITI. And the level of competition, the level of professionalism that our students display in this business skill, it takes my breath away. Like what our students are capable of doing when they get up on stage and they have to speak to a group of people. It's truly something special. And that is something that at ITI, basically students will learn this. And you will learn it, you will practice it a lot, and it is a skill that you will use for the rest of your life. And so I do hope that you decide to apply and hopefully get into ITI so that we can help you with the rest of your life. Okay, so thank you very much.